All right. Hello, everyone. I think that was my co-caster just joining me. But my name is Barbecue, and welcome to another Roulette Rivals 17 match. Today between lukedotpng and HOUSEN, and I am joined for this shoutcast by the one and only GKPunk. Hello, Punk.
Hello, Barbecue. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's a Sunday evening match.
Yes. Yes, and it's a good one. I am really excited for this match. I was actually just kind of brushing up on the tournament uh, positions and what each player, what each of these competitors has been through so far in the Roulette Rivals 17 Swiss stage. Interestingly, both players have had the exact same match outcomes. They had a win, and then a draw, and then a win, and then a lose. So we're heading into this match with it's going to shift. It's I'd be really surprised if we saw a draw again, in twice in one Swiss stage, but I suppose it's possible. But both of these players, my point is that they're so evenly matched, and this is sort of going to be a decider in a way.
Yeah, like you said, unless they draw. And the funny thing is, another addition to that funny thing, the draw they had previously, Luke drew against Yanini and Hausen drew against In for Fun.
Mm-hmm. So it's yeah, I mean, this is, even though there's still another Swiss stage round, and there's still some time for the standings to sort of change a little bit. Um, it's going to differ between these two. Like, someone's going to have more wins and someone's going to have more losses after this match. So it's sort of exciting in that way to see the sort of meta, tournament drama play out in something as subtle as the stats of their wins and losses. But I really hope for a good match. I'm sure it will be. Both players seem very closely aligned in terms of their skills, so I'm sure we're in for a good show. And first spin being Haven, Luke's choice. The spin is here. Please break it down for us, Punk.
Yes, we have Tyson Williams, Jarl's Pirate Saber as the snorkel instructor. Stephen Bradley with a very unique explosive on water scooter as the boat captain.
Mm,
And Ludmila Vetrova sniper rifle as the Villa Guard.
awesome. This is on paper. This looks like a pretty interesting. This looks like a pretty interesting Haven spin to me. Simply because I don't think I've seen the explosive on water scooter condition until now. Um, I'm sure it's been introduced, before. I'm seeing it now for the first time, but definitely one of the newer or recently added kill conditions, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right. It will require a slightly different approach to Steven because you have to make him go on the scooter, and to
Sure.
do that, you need the keys. But luckily, Snorkel Instructor is one of the spin conditions, so you kind of get the keys for free.
Right. How fortuitous. Both players opting to start by the pool side and immediately think to do the same thing, which is run over and work on getting the snorkel instructor. But Hausen, I think, forgot some part of their loadout there. Maybe not bringing. Looks like the Jarl's pirate saber is what they meant to bring.
Yeah, he brought in the saber. He wanted the sniper rifle. You can, I guess, get the saber, but it's probably not so fast, especially with the snorkel being part of the spin. So you won't even go there for the keys, for the second set of keys that are
And then
under the platform.
do you then go speak? I'm a little bit rusty with my knowledge of using the water scooter with Steven, but do you have to put the keys somewhere, like on his private island, or like you speak to him as the snorkel instructor, maybe?
No, you can once you acquire the keys as any disguise, including the suit, you can just walk up to Steven and be like, "You're looking for these?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I've been looking
Oh,
for this all over." And like, here it is.
okay, okay. So
Yeah.
they have a little bit of creativity in how they choose to approach the timing with that. But both players going to um, grab the snorkel instructor disguise and now work on getting Tyson, I would imagine.
Yeah, this is. I'm kind of curious about the timing, as you mentioned. It's Steven being a non-factor here could be how you dictate the whole spin.
Mm-hmm. And obviously just trying to make it back to the restaurant at the time where Ludmila is usually responsive to, you know, that emetic, what we typically see done for Ludmila kills and isolations. But Luke is actually going to switch into the Villa Guard disguise there. And
I lost him too.
not sure what he's thinking
Mr.
about
Bradley,
with
are these
Steven.
yours?
Oh, he's
Looking
okay,
to
handing
give him
over
the
the keys.
Yeah.
Dude,
Neat.
I've been looking
That's an
everywhere for
interesting
those.
turnaround from Steven there. And Housen has split
My
from
pleasure.
Luke's strategy and has gone straight for Tyson.
Yeah, I saw he did the triple shot panic to be able to run up there and... Oh boy! Ooh, a little bit hairy with the Tyson pacification there, but was not compromised, thankfully.
Yeah, luckily the bodyguard was preoccupied with the initial distraction and didn't turn around.
Right. And now I think Housen is just heading out to grab the smuggled saber, I believe, is what's in this briefcase.
Yes. Yeah, that was one of the switch.
Luke is going on to Steven's private island here, presumably
Does have
to
the
plant the
explosive.
explosive. Yeah.
Yeah, it does have the micro explosive ready. Keys have been provided, so next stop is the boat captain, as Housen gets the first kill off the map and the match.
Yeah, I was wondering what would happen after the explosive is planted, and I guess if Steven is making it a point to head straight for the scooter, that would basically force him into having to prioritize the boat captain, who we'll probably see slip on a banana peel, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if we'll see some fancy briefcase throw. Like banana peel is just too good in that little corner by the bar.
Yeah, considering there's a free one not, 20 feet from where the boat captain is.
Yeah, you get to, I think, no, coins I guess you could grab from Tyson's place, so I hope Luke has something to lure.
And Ludmila is
Ludmila
on her way up to the
English-born
restaurant and will be
former
made sick
confidence
with a
artist
secret
of Russian
dart.
descent and current client handler for Haven.
Housen now,
Careful
I
with
believe,
this
will be
one,
planting the
47.
explosive.
Yeah, I want to say he picked up the explosive from the security room. Yeah, it does look like that one. The
Yes.
remote explosive. Very nice, good game knowledge usage of on-map item. Oh, look at Luke going for a banana as a briefcase. Oh no!
That's not the first time I've seen someone get
Mr.
busted
Bradley, are these
doing that
yours?
exact thing. Changing disguise behind the arm of the couch. It's just
Dude, I've been looking everywhere for those.
one of those areas where you don't have a lot of cover, and if you're positioned just
My
perfectly, and if people in the background are like kind of doing their own thing, I'm not sure if it's timing on their part or if it's purely a matter of positioning. Kind of feels like more a matter of positioning to me, but 47 swings his body in weird ways when you press the change disguise button, and if you're not like in the perfect spot, his back might be sticking out, and that's enough to be compromised.
Yeah, that's rough. I wasn't too confident about that spot, but I guess we see. That's a huge lead now for Housen. As given the keys to Steven, looks to be working on the boat captain, has the coins from Tyson. We have a scoring update, which I only saw the ending part.
Yeah, to be honest, I was watching Housen, so I missed that
Skylar
too.
has picked up a map win against Scruffy. Score is 4 for Scruffy, 2 for Skylar.
All right, right on. I love that addition, by the way. That seems like a thing that just started happening within the past couple of matches.
HOUSEN.
That's
Oh,
Stephen
there he
Bradley
goes.
taken care
Steven
of.
sky high.
Well done.
Time to
Beautifully
fight.
done. Takes the seeker shot on
One more
Ludmila
target to go.
from the safe spot behind the shutters there. Another restart from Luke.
Command.
I think he got spotted shooting a seeker.
Okay, shit. This just got serious.
Tough go of it for Luke here.
And we have another scoring update. Yanini has won Bangkok in 6 minutes and 47 seconds. Goes up by 4-2 versus Afro.
Oof. Damn, that's a really good match. That's the one I was watching before I started casting this one. So HOUSEN is looking really good here. Just waiting for Ludmila to get to the bathroom, and then we'll have to change back into the Villa Guard disguise, which I think is dropped up near where the boat captain is?
Yeah, I think so too. So hopefully the retrieval of the disguise is gonna be safe. It should be, but again, the positioning and Haven view cones being a thing, you never know.
Also does get recorded by the cameras, so we'll have to take care of that.
Huh?
Looks to be going for the cameras first in the back to the villa, or is it no? Maybe the security are outside
Yeah.
by the tower.
Wonder why he's opting to go this way instead of through the front. I know the front has 2 guards standing out. I'm not sure if they're enforcers, though. Looks like they are. Or that's just because he's holding a sniper. Alright. HOUSEN takes care of all of the issues there. Gets rid of the camera box. And now hauling the sniper
if you
back
need
to
anything,
Ludmila
sir.
in the bathroom. And then we'll see, hopefully, uncomplicated exfiltration.
Yeah, it should be unless it decides to go and shoot her from the outside and something weird happens, but no, not the case. It's gonna go inside and
Yeah.
boat exit right outside.
Good work, 47. Ludmila Vetrova has
Oh,
been
hand washer,
permanently
hello.
retired.
He shouldn't be a problem, but HOUSEN
That's
will
all we
play
need
it
to do
very
from here.
safe.
Yeah.
Miss Hall should be able
Of course,
extract
to
the
turn right,
information
he
needed
go
for Haven
to go
service.
right, he turns left,
Good work.
then goes right.
Makes
So,
no
classic
sense. Just
Hitman
purely to troll roulette players, seemingly. And that will be a clean, very clean first try. Or no, aside from the one, I think there was one replay at the very start.
Dude, I've been looking
But yeah,
everywhere for
very clean by HOUSEN. Awesome. Love to see it. That was a great spin. And really well played by both players. Unfortunate to see Luke lose it to the pirate disguise, or the boat captain, excuse me, boat captain disguise switch. Definitely stood out to me as one of the riskier parts of the strat, and I've seen players do a number of different things to try and get the boat captain into different positions. You know, some have a safer grab for him, some have the riskier grabs for him. There are a lot of ways to handle that. Would have loved to see it work out for Luke, but worked out better for HOUSEN.
Yeah, HOUSEN played it safe, and
We still haven't heard from
the more, I don't know. If Luke's one worked, it probably would be called meta, but the more known strat, I guess,
Yeah.
for the boat captain.
Alright, we'll start another prediction here real quick for who wins Dubai, which will be a very fast spin. It's almost guaranteed. I generally don't like to speak in such absolute terms, but unless both players are having a really tough time, which sometimes that does happen, Dubai spins are generally pretty well figured out by the community, I would say.
Yeah, these players are almost neck and neck in terms of stats. 244, 247 personal best times achieved. 6 wins, 4 losses, 4 wins, 4 losses.
Yeah,
If no mistakes, we could see a photo finish.
absolutely. Dubai, Dartmoor, New York. The short maps like this are figured out and sort of solved and optimized to such an extent that when players just know how to do it within seconds, you know, of excluding some margin for error. So photo finishes happen more often than not on these maps.
Yeah, it's super fast. I believe it's the fastest map now with that 115 by Scruffy. It's ridiculous.
And I know they have a Dartmoor record that's under 2 minutes, right?
Yes, it should be 123.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Don't get me wrong, I still like the short spins. I love a good, you know, tight Dubai or New York or Dartmoor, but it doesn't satiate. It's just enough to kind of tickle your appetite. You know, it doesn't feel like a full course, but hey, I'll take it. And the spin is here, and it is Carl Ingram Silenced Sniper Rifle as maintenance staff, and Marcus Stuyvesant Pistol as the assassin. The assassin being really the only kind of standout element in the spin, but even then, there's something
you'll
to
see
do.
why it isn't though right now on
Right.
Housen screen.
No, for sure. The players have figured out if you calmer this guard here, the assassin sees it and will walk up to wake him up, and you just simply interrupt that with a banana. And there you go. There's
That's
the
it, yeah.
disguise. But before that, it was more of a process.
Yes. I was just gonna say, like, you could be like, there were 2 things, skydiving suit and the assassin, that would extend the Dubai spin. Assassin has been decimated by the
Right.
community, so...
I mean, good lord, he like runs 30 feet to get the disguise closer to you. There's almost no situation where you won't see someone do that for the assassin, unless they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and it's very easy to do. Like, when I first saw it, and I just casually tried to replicate it, and I worked first try. So it's not very hard to master either, especially
Right.
for high-level players like these.
Pretty simple in terms of technology, but both players are sort of doing different things at the moment. Housen just capping Marcus. Oh no, we got a restart from Luke though. He was having some trouble with taking care of all the guards up there around Carl. And that is, I will say, one part of a Dubai spin, which is sort of informed by what loadout you bring. You know, the angles that you have. You can be shooting at the guards from this side, or you can also be shooting at the guards from the other side that you can access through the art crew area. Whether you get the blue egg, the snail, how many darts.
Can't leave that here.
You know, unless you have that like well figured out and well practiced, there's certainly room to make mistakes there with taking out all those guards.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if Luke has the Dubai bug, which might be the case. It's also quite a bit of a momentum breaker. Every time he has to restart, he's disconnected. So I'm guessing he
red
has the bug.
guns. Housen got red
no.
guns. I'm not sure why that.
Carl fell off the roof.
Oh, he blasted him over the edge.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. I mean, it didn't even happen until he was like 2 steps away from...
Yeah, because he was falling. I guess they finally eventually saw him as he reached closer to view.
He was just busy falling 120 feet. Wow.
Yo, man.
That's painful. There's a huge advantage given back to Luke now, who just needs to be flawless. Oh no, he gets red guns. Someone up there saw a body. I think it's because of the extra shot that Luke put on the camera that turned someone around.
It's Carl. He's gonna try to do a through the wall egg. Didn't seem to have worked. He has to restart, right?
Gosh.
Surely.
He's still...
Oh my god.
What is Luke
happening?
doing? Luke is cooking.
Both targets are running.
Is there even why hasn't Luke restarted yet? Is there any chance of this happening?
You got him. Let's move on to
I
Carl.
don't
Marcus
know. I want to
Stuyvesant,
say
we're
no
not
because
problem
Carl
anymore.
is up. He missed the egg.
Let's move on to Carl. We're not done yet.
Okay, I'm really interested to see what Luke is thinking here. Meanwhile, Housen
Yeah, I
is
want to know
caught
where
up.
Carl is. What the?
Yeah, who knows? Gone to the wind. Unless he's locked down somewhere?
Wait. What?
Does Luke really think that... Okay,
Oh,
he's,
he is.
he's in his lockdown room.
Let's hope he comes
Wow.
back to green. I don't think there is any guards that is escort. Oh, these are. I don't know if they're
They have their guns drawn,
Carl
it
has-
looks like.
transferred anything. Oh, oh my!
Oh no, Luke! Oh man! Oh, I would have loved to see that work out, man. If those green guns had come back, I would have stood up in my chair and screamed.
Yeah, the confidence of Luke that I am still green was really good. I would have loved seeing that as well.
Yeah.
But HOUSEN probably will not make the same mistake. Probably will shoot Carl in the leg or something this time.
Yeah, hopefully with a less...
Yeah, there we
We
go.
got
go.
him, 47.
How funny would it have been if he still jumped over the edge?
You need
Yeah, yeah. Hitman ragdoll. It's totally can happen.
His leg just like kicks back and he does like a backflip over the edge. I would have loved it. But GG's from HOUSEN. A really unfortunate, if not hilarious, sort of blunder at the end of the map there. It could have happened to anybody, truthfully. And I really liked seeing Luke commit to trying to save that Carl kill. I wonder if green guns would have come back, and now we'll never know.
Yeah, I think Luke definitely has the Dubai bug. He's been knocked offline.
I'm not familiar with this bug. Is it like where players just get disconnected more when they're playing on Dubai?
No, it's when you exit the mission, you'd get disconnected, so you don't get to see the silent assassin screen or the rating screen at all.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess that's...
I imagine it happens when he restarts too, because he restarted and he was getting disconnected.
I did see that. Huh.
Hmm.
All right, well, it's not over yet, everybody. We are going to our third and potentially final map. This is Mendoza. And on paper, Luke has been here a total of 4 times across their career and was victorious every single time with a personal best of 4 minutes and 53 seconds. HOUSEN, on the other hand, has been here 7 times across their career, 4 wins and 3 losses with a personal best of 4 minutes and 27 seconds. So again, feels like a very similar matchup in terms of experience and personal bests. This will be a good showdown for sure.
Yeah, very much so, and hopefully slightly longer than the Dubai, even though Dubai did have some shenanigans, but
For sure.
well,
Yeah, would
we
love to
have a
see...
score update. Scruffy has finished the match with a 6-2 win over Skylar.
Nice.
11 minutes flat RTA on Santa Fortuna.
GG Scruffy. So Scruffy is currently not in the top ranking of the players at this point, but will be certainly much closer now after another win like that.
Yeah, everybody is fighting to be in the top 16
Mm-hmm.
for the KO stages.
We have yet players are scheduling their round 5 matches, and then we have our round 6 matches, and then after that we'll have enough data to understand who's truly in the top 16, who then move on to the knockout stages, where things get even more exciting and more dramatic.
Yeah, you have 1 life in the knockout stage, so once you lose, your tournament run ends.
Oof. I'm looking forward to those matches very much.
Yeah, definitely. It's always exciting to see KO stage matches, the intensity and high stakes.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you see some of your favorite players get knocked out, and then you're like, "Oh, bummer! Like, please come back, try again next time." You're really
Yeah, and they're
good.
like, "No, I'm retiring."
Yeah. Everyone wants to retire after every roulette. But our third and potentially last spin is here. Please take it away, Punk.
All right, we have Don Yates' Explosion Accident as Corvo Black and Tamara Vidal Drowning as the Lawyer. Two unique disguises.
I wonder if we'll see a medic on Tamara. I say that with massive sarcasm because when don't we see an emetic done on Tamara?
I know, right? This one is like forcing you to do it.
Yeah, this poor woman, she's always puking her guts up. But yeah, the Corvo disguise grab sort of seems interesting on paper, but it's really not. You kind of just bump into him, or excuse me, you bump into the guy Corvo's talking to, so that way you can toss and throw a banana by these fake NPCs here that you can then crouch and change disguises, and it's very easy. But before that was discovered, it was a bit more interesting of a process to grab Corvo Black.
Yeah, you would find like all sorts of seeker angles from upstairs, downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, Luke misses one of the shots and gets the second one on Tamara.
Yeah, that was a spend 2, land 1 kind of deal. But Housen will be sort of catching Don before he even gets up the stairs into his room. So a sort of early deal here. We'll set up a breacher on a propane flask right by Don on the stairs. And gonna leave his body there. I imagine that'll be a detonate on exit kind of kill because of those dirty bodies. Or no, they weren't dirty. I'm sorry. They were calmered. So that's not a risky situation. But Luke does rip.
That was interesting. So the guard that moves around turned around and saw him. Almost looked like a through the wall thing. Might have been a hostile area thing. That's unfortunate. Luke switched it up completely. Now we're starting waiter. Also, I was gonna mention before he did that was that he does have to detour for a propane tank. So
Corvo, got a message from the boss.
That'll add
speaking
a little
of
bit of time.
Mendoza, more Mendoza. Yanini just won Mendoza.
All right, channel some of Yanini's good luck in this direction here, or for Luke, because Housen is crushing it, real solid, real confident.
Absolutely.
Luke is looking a little frazzled. Oh, also changes disguises outside of the social stealth bubble, but still doesn't get caught. So Housen's going to be working on getting the lawyer here into the garden area. And I have seen that pacification go wrong sometimes, so I'm glad that didn't happen for Housen.
Yeah, the two gaps are potential fail points, but Housen was a position well and will pick up the lawyer. Bypasses the invite because of it.
And Tamara should be...
Should be in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Diana's by herself, so that's good.
I know things can go wrong in this bathroom.
Going inside here, yeah, that's why the coin.
Sometimes there's like a trespassing zone.
Yeah, it's a 100% trespassing zone when she's puking. So, good composure there from Housen. A lot of players, including myself, would just walk straight in and get caught.
Yep. Been there.
Think about it.
So very clean from Housen. Just needs to switch back into the Corvo Black disguise.
Corvo, got a message from the boss.
Which means I need to remember... Oh wait, did he not grab it yet?
No, he started suit in the back of the mansion place because of that early propane, so... Oh no!
Oh my gosh! Why did that happen? He was crouched, he had the bubble, the social...
Because there's a guard walking right there. I think that's either... That's not Diana's guard. Is that... That's... It's that can't be Tamara's guard either. The NPC looked different.
I could
Who
have
is
sworn
that?
I could have sworn I saw the bubble, but maybe I'm imagining things. I don't know. Apparently, chat's saying it was the wrong spot.
I feel like he would have still been spotted with the right spot because of that bodyguards being there.
I thought that the social stealth bubble like overrides what any NPC can see. Like you're basically invisible if you're inside it. You know, as long as you're not like holding a gun or something. But you know,
Yeah.
this just kind of speaks to how vast the mechanics of knowledge, or the mechanics of Hitman and knowledge about the mechanics, like really kind of come into play. But Housen will be making all the same moves as last time here, setting up Dom with a propane flask on the stairs. Luke is sort of taking things a bit more careful and a bit more setup upstairs here. Luring up these guards up the stairs.
I dare say congratulations.
Compared to what Housen's doing, it seems like a lot more work, but if this is what it takes to win, then I really want to see it pay off.
Yeah, the advantages is being in the middle part of the map. The strategy is certainly slower by a lot. Oh no!
What? What?
I believe Tamara stopped puking, maybe? Or he wouldn't have had enough time.
Oh.
That's
was
a
a bit
huge restart.
Yeah. But, I mean, both players are restarting now, so... still on equal footing. Very different
Yes,
starts.
but Housen's strat is almost formulated, and Luke has just reshuffled it completely, so... has opted to start as a lawyer, and probably will get rid of Tamara. Honestly, not a bad idea. This is one of the Dawn kills where you can afford to have him go outside of the house.
You are trespassing up there around the villa as Corvo Black, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So drive-buying him really isn't an option, but... sometimes this is what you have to do. Try and get a fresh perspective on the spin, you know? Maybe you envision it one way when it arrives, and then as you're playing, you kind of figure, you know what, maybe it's better to do it in the other way, the other order.
I'm wicked smart.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, go ahead.
Just saying, Housen just sets up the propane again. He's moving down. Luke is now in the bathroom as the lawyer, and will be making Tamara sick. I don't think he's done so yet.
Hello, sir.
No, yeah, that's why he's got the Dorian.
Me? That's done.
Yeah, this definitely feels a bit, I don't want to say slower, but just filled with more time kind of waiting. You know, Housen is moving between every single beat, like has a place here, and it feels a little bit less optimized on Luke's part. But sometimes you just gotta be patient for the slower strats to kind of pay off, and I'd really like to see that work out for Luke. Housen has Tamara. She reacts to someone that she saw slip on the banana peel
Yeah,
there.
Corvo.
I think.
You heard. Check it.
That could
And
be bad.
someone sees Don. Is that Don Yates? I'm not sure who that picture is there. Okay, so
Mr. Yates.
Just long enough to retract his statement.
why is Housen not resetting? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, why is he red?
Someone saw Dawn?
No, Dawn. Oh wait, was Dawn not? It was explosion. Breaching charge killed him.
Yeah, propane flask. Maybe the propane. Yeah, maybe the breacher killed him. Or maybe he didn't even blow the trigger yet.
No, he definitely blew the trigger.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him fly. Oh,
All right. Well, Luke does get the drowning kill on Tamara. now in the Corvo Black disguise, and will be working to get that explosive accident on Don.
Yeah, looks good for Luke here. It's Don probably will be on his way out. May be able to catch him. Oh, nice little bump on the waiter. Yeah, that
Housen's
breaching charge.
still sticking with the same strat.
That breaching charge looks even more sketchy than his previous placements.
Yeah, it does.
Because that's very close to his body.
Yeah, I would have been setting up the flask and breacher just so much further away. It doesn't have to be that close to him at all.
Alright, so we'll actually maybe see what I was trying to say about Dawn outside the house. But Luke first has to retrieve that propane flask as Corvo Black, so good luck to him.
That's a spicy little side objective. Retrieve the propane flask without being compromised.
Oh man, Housen is...
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Some poor fake NPC just lost their life.
That's such a horrible shot to take. Tamara just leaning on the reception.
That NPC was like, "Get down, Mrs. President."
Then Corvo gets to earn his 7 figures.
Meanwhile, Luke's strat is still chugging along here. He's got the propane flask. He's going to have to toss it up or simply run a little bit further with it.
Yeah, now the big challenge of how to get the kill.
Yeah. I feel like we're seeing Luke might just wait for Don to come back in, or, you know, if you're like me, you're going to be driven by that anxiety and impatience to just run around out there like a ding-dong, just trying to stay in cover and like finding some sort of angle to make it work. And then ripping.
Yeah, at the position he's currently in is definitely not possible. Too many people near
Yeah.
Dawn. He has a stash on the attic. I'm curious about what that is. Yeah. Just waiting at the moment. Could try to do the kill in the lawyer's room.
Yeah, I was going to say, from outside, Don goes back into the house through the lawyer's room, right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, should be easy enough to just hide behind the door when Don comes in, have the propane flask waiting, leaking, take a shot, and then hopefully he's got the car keys, too, for a quick exfiltration.
I dare say congratulations are in order.
He's going to grab his stash up here.
Yeah, it's a dart gun. Which one is it?
Okay.
Can't be a seeker. Yeah,
Probably
it's a-
just, it's a calmer. He probably just wanted some extra darts.
I'm sorry, sir. Oh, can you just leave that there?
Alright, so
Yeah,
Don's
probably
coming
good
back
idea.
in.
because he needs an exit disguise.
Thank God it's finally here.
He's kind of sandwiched between Dawn and Valentina coming from two different doors. Oh man. Just gotta hide for a minute.
Mr. Yates?
Oh,
One of the guards will be coming outside. Okay. Nice.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, where is he gonna go? Oh my. Hopefully he doesn't die from weird clipping issues. I hope that's close enough to Dawn. Doesn't
Yeah.
kind of... Oh my god, what
Just
is
run in there and
happening?
punch him.
Yeah.
Okay, the guard outside didn't hear it, but I hope Valentina didn't.
Okay, he flung back inside the house. That's good.
And now he's gonna run up to grab the keys. Thought he would have done that when he was by the ladder.
Yeah.
By the attic
I
before.
thought so
Okay,
too.
I just want to see an exfiltration. I want to see a reverse sweep here.
Yeah,
Go,
let's get to
Luke!
4-4.
GG's. All right. So happy. So happy we get a map 4. That was, man, my heart was pounding towards the end there. Like, that was my anxiety.
That was just a replay of Dubai, just things going wrong and
That felt too real. It felt too relatable. Like it almost like feel like what it would be to be in Luke's position there, where you're just thinking like, crap, I'm not where I need to be. I got these people in my way. I have this many darts. What am I gonna do?
yeah, and after the kill, he's like, God, why didn't I pick up the keys?
Yep.
What's wrong with me?
Yes. I had like flashbacks there, like PTSD from my roulette days. So
Yeah.
happy that he got a W though. That's awesome. Good for Luke. And we will choose our payout for Lucas and start a new prediction for map 4. Sapienza. Molto bene. Love a good Sapienza spin.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very staple map.
All right, we'll put 2 minutes on the clock to predict. And, yeah, look at those stats. So Luke has been here many more times across their career. 5 wins, 5 losses, with a personal best of 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And HOUSEN has been here just twice. So this is the 3rd time on Sapienza, with a personal best of 5 minutes and 52 seconds. So Luke looks to have a little bit more experience here.
Say what? What's that?
But that win-loss rate is sort of a wash, you know? It really only speaks to experience and a sort of base level of skill than it does like, wow, this person's a monster on this map, you know? But Sapienza, that makes sense. I feel like Sapienza is that map for everybody. It's so dependent
I
on
think
the
so
spins.
too. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you have an even score on Sapienza, that means you're doing good, because
Right.
that means your opponents are winning half the time and you're winning the rest. So
Right.
it's like I said, it's one of those super. It can get chaotic, but most of the time Sapienza is like a safe map.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything, it's Sapienza is more complicated, I think, by the presence of certain disguises like Priest or Red Plumber. You know, maybe a lab technician might sort of force a different start. So, Private Detective, just a couple of complications that are like really consequential on how the spin sort of plays out. But, yeah, I mean, it's always a good time. Beautiful map. And, always like seeing the butcher knife kind of show up in the spin, because I've seen so many people just lose at trying to grab the knife without getting compromised.
Yeah.
Usually the most experienced players aren't going to be tripped up by that, but I've seen it happen.
Yeah, definitely can be a compliment. And we have some, new lockdown strats people do now for Silvio. Silvio also has a unique kill with the seaplane. Maybe we'll see a seaplane.
Let's hope so. Seaplane or cannon, I think, would be super cool to see as well. But we have Silvio Caruso with a fall as the waiter, and Francesca DeSantis with an injected poison as the street performer. All right, so that's one of those sort of persistent, well, no, I shouldn't say persistent complication, but the street performer does necessitate at least getting him sick and pacifying him in that apartment building down below that he walks into. So sort of takes a loadout slot in that sense, and the waiter is a bit of an interesting wrinkle as well.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Luke is going very fast. Did hit the first shot, but did an insurance policy second shot anyways as part of muscle memory, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. HOUSEN gets his first shot as well.
You've got to be kidding me.
I love HOUSEN's default suit choice.
Yeah, I know. This I didn't want to make comments about this suit, but yeah.
I love it. Alright, Luke gets the street performer disguise quite handily, and HOUSEN will be doing the same. I believe this guy's safe to leave in here too, right? Some of the people walking around outside make me nervous, but...
Yeah,
him?
he is. Nobody
Okay.
goes in there unless you do something to make them.
Luke sniping his way in through that villa access door, which that can be a kind of tricky spot. He grabs the molto bene tomato sauce.
The expired.
Yes, wouldn't want to eat it.
Yeah, very good for bonking though.
Oh yeah. There's no sell-by date for bonking. Um, Luke sniping his way in, and should be able to get... I wonder if we'll see a ceiling distraction to move Franny out the way. But if not, there's certainly plenty of ways to handle
Luke
grabbing.
is crazy. The quick scope on the observatory panel, then a little dance turn to grab the pipe. He's buzzing after that Mendoza win, I imagine.
Yeah. Let's hope that turns into some real momentum that'll carry him to another W. He does have Franny in the office here. The positioning and timing of everything is a little bit further ahead than what I'm used to seeing, but he will make it work. Switches into a mansion guard disguise, and we'll head back to the observatory.
Oh no! Oh.
Wait, what happened?
The second guard shows up because she wasn't in... This is what the early isolation does, because the other guard was knocked out and Franny was killed.
Well, I don't understand why he would have ripped, though, because he calmered the first guard, right?
He saw him with the sniper as he opened the door with the bodies laid out.
Damn. Dang it. Come on, Luke. Don't stop buzzing. Keep cooking. So that gives Housen a huge lead. Got Silvio coming back into the observatory. Housen with the slightly slower but definitely more steady strats is really kind of paying off for him here. There goes a can of molto bene, and Silvio will be down in the observatory.
Yes, he will stay down until the waiter is picked up. We'll see which one Housen decides to go for in the middle of the map now.
Yeah, the waiter grab is something that will add more time and potential to get ripped, depending on what you do. Alright, we have a Seeker. It's going to be a medic strats, which totally fine.
Yeah, Housen will play this one safe.
I would expect nothing different at this point. Turns the guards around with a toss distraction and just Seekers out from the bathroom there.
Yes, it's looking good for Housen so far. I imagine the push dump will be from outside and it's not going to actually drag him upstairs.
Hey, you okay? You need help.
Yep, that chef does hang around outside, but I think he's only there for a little bit. That would be the only thing I would think that might deter you from wanting to do that. But definitely less time consuming than going upstairs.
Yeah, Luke learned from his mistake, left the rifle in the little room and didn't get caught this time. I think he was overall faster as well.
I forgot that them seeing a sniper on your back can count as the gun flash. For some reason, I felt like that was only with guns that you're like holding and aiming, but not with snipers.
Yeah, it's the illegal action that's the gun flash.
Yeah.
So.
And the illegal action is just having a sniper rifle.
Yeah,
right?
because holding the sniper itself is illegal. That counts as what's known as gun flash.
Alright, Luke makes all of the pacifications he needs to on Silvio here. He's actually caught up a lot, but he still needs to grab the waiter.
Yeah, it's Luke's turnaround time is very fast, but this it just seems like the gap just won't close anymore. We'll see.
Barring any kind of unfortunate rips from
Yeah,
HOUSEN.
this push has some potential from people from downstairs, but looks good here for Hausen. Back to green.
2 targets down. Now destroy the
We'll
turret.
switch to the street performer. Okay.
Yes, discretion is key from this point on.
Yeah. We can't see it, but the virus complication for Hausen is take it out as the street performer.
Mm-hmm.
Ether's field lab. You made it. The virus prototype will be
Luke, I think, went for check
Why?
Jack, please,
Some type of quarantine.
as his waiter.
All objectives complete.
That's going
Now
to be
head towards the next
GG's for HOUSEN.
Yeah, don't think it's going to be possible for Luke to catch up in 25 seconds.
No, unfortunately not. Really well played by both. And congrats and GG's to HOUSEN on taking 6 points during this match and having a much better position as we head into the scheduling for round 6 of the Swiss stage matches. Well fought by both. Awesome match. All right, let's take a look at our brackets and see. I'm probably ahead of Chris here. I'm not sure if Chris has updated the scoreboards yet.
Yes, it's updated.
It has been updated. Okay, let me just do a quick refresh just to make absolutely sure. Okay, so currently Luke is with 2.5 points, a score differential of -1, and a Buchholz score of 3.4. And where has HOUSEN has gone all the way up to rank 7, currently with 3.5 points, score differential of 1.2, and a Buchholz score of 2.8. And we pull up my Swiss stage standings here. Wow, that's been updated already too. Good deal. So yeah, you need 4 points to advance for sure into the elimination stages, correct?
If 4, I think, is safe, and InfoFund did say in chat 1 or 2, 3.5 may make it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Like the higher end, because there will probably be a number of people with 3.5, but only the ones towards like the higher end of that are likely to move forward. But yeah, we aren't too far out from the elimination stage of the tournament, so there will be a lot of there are a handful who are already eliminated, and there will be more leading up to the actual elimination brackets. And then once we get started there, the eliminations only get more dramatic. All right, let's take a look at our upcoming matches. I believe this was the last one for the day. Next one will be tomorrow between Currymaker and Smoke. We also have Spot versus In for Fun, Grary versus Quatility, Channel Join versus Moo, Lord Monk versus Mika, and Crescent, Zionical, tons more heading into this week. So stay tuned, everyone, and keep your eyes on hitmaps.com. And yeah, I'd like to thank Punk for joining me and Chris for admitting. Any final thoughts before we sign off, Punk?
No, it was a great match. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Always happy to have a co-caster along and help bear some of the burden of capturing all the action. It's hard, but it's rewarding. And let's see. I probably won't look up. Wait, Mendy's streaming, right? We can probably raid over to Mendy. Make that happen quick. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. We'll see you at the next one. Stay safe. And yeah, thanks for watching. All